UNESCO that was led by Ambassador Desmond Akawu. When Desmond Akawu had appointments to serve in Abuja here, he resigned and then handed over to me under acting capacity. I assumed office and I assured every person that now that I have taken over this party, that I will ensure that it will be an inclusive one to every person that is a member of the party. I went to the governor. He received me. I said, I am ready to work to ensure that we stabilize PDP. That same platform you went in. Desmond Akawu then was also the IPAC chairman, River State. By the virtue of the fact that PDP was the ruling party in River State, Desmond Akawu was elected as the IPAC chairman. When he left, the IPAC people now said, having resigned, that they will still hand it over to the person who is taking over from him, being my humble self, as the party in governance there. When they did that, I also led them, the IPAC people, to the governor. I said, now that Desmond Akawu has resigned, I'm the new IPAC chairman by the grace of God. He received me, we talked, and we left that day. Surprisingly to me, the man who even fought us while we were in tribunal, one Saro, and his group went back to the governor, and governor said this is a man he recognizes, but a boss for him. When we have a party chairman in his own party, I walked around, I was in tribunal, I did everything to see. I was almost 3 months in Abuja, going to tribunal every day. Till the last day of Supreme Court judgment, I was in that court. Somebody who fought us, who came to court and said no, from SDP, was the person they bought a bus and gave to. I said, we came back. We continued. As from the acting, I became a caretaker. And when we took over caretaker, I said it that day when he called me. The person who made me to know that I was a caretaker chairman was the Excellency who called me that they wrote a letter to him that you are to be the chairman of the party. I said, okay, I have not heard about this. He said, I've told you now. And I agree we will work together. After we spoke that day, the next day, I heard the governor saying that the caretaker list is fake list. Because since that day to today, the governor has never called me until this time I'm talking to you. And I said, are we not members of the party? Why backing other parties? While that was going on, I also heard when they were making comments, no more party in River State, what we have now is movement. I said, what does this mean now? Movement as a how? Is PDP not the ruling party? This is going on till we came for this.
But these political movements have always been there. It's not like the political movement
it's
now.
It's not a movement. We have never done movement in River State. We have PDP as a party.
Having a movement doesn't mean one isn't a member of a political party anymore, does it?
That's what it means now. They are having movement. When we have a party, we are talking about movement. Movement is what? It's PDP, I know. I don't know about any movement. And then we continued. We went for congresses. The mandate the national gave to me as a caretaker chairman is that we should conduct congresses. And there was a letter written to me and to all the chapters in all the areas they conducted primaries in the various states, that forms will only be sold at the state chapters of the party. No person buys form in the national. I started to be challenged. All the governors of the state, they had that same letter. Not only River State. That forms will be sold in the state chapters of the party. And that which we made known to every person. Only those that bought these forms were allowed to run the election. And then I took form to run for the position of chairmanship. We started the congresses on 27th of August. We did that of ward and the adult delegates, 3 adult delegates each of the wards, which was very successful, free and fair. And like witnesses, security agencies were there. Then on the 10th of August, we had that of the local government. The same way it went through. It was not to every person, not aggregated. Then on the 31st was less the grand finale of the Congress, where I emerged as the chairman. INEC Rec was there. That Congress was in compliance with Section 82 of the Electoral Act of 2022. INEC was on ground for its statutory duty of monitoring the Congresses led by the Rec, Dr. Johnson and Alalebo and 5 others. And other security agencies were there. The Congress was also conducted in accordance with the party constitution and its timetable and guidelines, which was successful. It was aired in the national television.
All right, Chief. There was something that you said that was striking, was the fact that those that are saying that structure was returned to the FCT minister are not putting things in the right perspective. Now, I want to put out what was said, the news that came out, because so perhaps you understand it better. Now, it was the NWC that, according to the report, those loyal to the members of the NWC that were said to be loyal to the FCT minister secured their approval and also secured the postponing of the National Executive Committee meeting. So they had solidified the position of the FCT minister by endorsing the Congress that was held in Rivers State. Now, that NWC, as you know, is led by the chairman of the party. So that was what they said. So now the question that came now, that followed that would be, yes.
What they told you and what I'm saying cannot be the same, because I am telling you as an insider, take what I'm telling you now, that this Congress that was held, no structure was given to Wike. We were all elected. And then there was nothing specifically about Rivers State. Almost 20-something states, they wrote to INEC that 24 states, their tenure has elapsed, and that congresses will be held in these 26 states, 24 states, in accordance to our party constitution and the timetable and guideline, which was released to INEC and every person. All the governors of these various states that were part of these congresses, have you had any of them challenging this Congress that was held? So the issue of they did it to favor Wike is neither here nor there. These are people who just want to talk about Wike. It's not true.
So are you insinuating that the national chairman of the party,
yes,
whom many have seen to be a loyalist and loyal to the FCT minister, in fact, he's also been accused of working with the FCT minister and together working for the president of the APC. Are you saying that when he says that he's recognizing the Congress conducted in Rivers State with the FCT minister in charge and saying that the structure of the state is with the FCT minister, are you saying he's speaking out of terms?
First of all, let me tell you, you can't say that the national chairman of a party is loyal to a minister. I want to correct that impression.
Well, I'm not the one saying it. It's what members of your party at the national level are saying.
I take exception to that. The national chairman, acting national chairman, is not somebody you say he was a former ambassador. So he's not somebody you say is loyal to the FCT minister. FCT minister is loyal to the national chairman. We don't have president in PDP, so our own president is the national chairman. So the issue coming to say he's loyal to Wike is neither here nor there. And it's a wrong way. I cannot accept that too. The national chairman is not loyal to Wike. And then let me tell you, this issue of National Working Committee is made up of 19 persons. But right now, only 17 are there because the national chairman, the substantive national chairman, has been removed. Then one of the zonal vice chairman also has not been attending meetings. So 17 of them. And where 17? Is it for 17 people to say this thing is this? So if they are buying from what they are saying, which of course was never the correct word to use, how can we buy 17 people? Is he a governor? Is he a governor to buy 17? People just tell you, just take what I'm telling you.
So are you saying that as a governor it would have been possible to buy 17 people?
If you have the will. If you have the will.
So is it possible that was the situation? Can we then say that was the situation when the FCT minister was governor?
No, that what I'm telling you. You said you had what the interview you had the other day. The leadership, it depends on how you put your leadership, how you put your house. We have a formidable leadership in Rivers State in PDP. The people you see talking about leadership of the party, they are not the leaders of the party. When the leadership will talk, from today you see the leadership of the party will speak. And they will reply all the necessary allegations they are giving against the minister. Some people you see every day parading themselves, they are not PDP members. They never took part when we were talking about...
Can you mention some of those people that are speaking that you think are not PDP members?
That are not PDP members?
Yes.
You know them. They come to the studio.
No, I wouldn't know them. A lot of people come to the studio, and not all of them are from the PDP. So if there are those that are not PDP members, perhaps you tell us so we know.
Let me tell you now. Few days ago, I saw a press release by some of our elders. I have respect for elders. Writing against Wike, writing press conference to the president. The former governor, Rufus Ada George wrote. Rufus Ada is not a member of PDP. Andrew Chen is not a member of PDP. They wrote a letter for issue of PDP that we had a congress, a successful congress, INEC monitored and confirmed. They were writing to the president, talking about what happened in our meeting. Can you be part of something you are not part of it? Talk about it. When we voted for the Excellency, Governor Fubara, were they there? These people come to you and do a press conference to president. The same president they never supported. None of them supported.
Because one did not support the president. There are many Nigerians who did not support the president, but he's the president now. So does that mean they can't talk to him?
This one I'm telling you, they are doing it just to pull Wike down, but they cannot succeed. What they are doing is just to run him down. All that they said in that their press release, none was correct about Wike. This was a man yesterday, every person was praising in Rivers State. The power response. He did, he done. How does he help? If they believe that Wike has the power to do somebody a national chairman and to remove the person, is it to talk about the structure he has at home that you complain about? It's not that they don't kill a man for nothing. He's just envy. Many of them have this state and country, after them, their names were no longer had. Just because Wike had the opportunity after being governor, because of his good work, the president appointed him. Is he the only one that has gone for appointment from another party?
All right, Mr. Aaron, we'll take a short commercial. Stay on the line for us. We continue immediately after the commercial. And we've been speaking with the chairman of the PDP in Rivers State, Aaron Chukwuemeka. If you follow the history, you are aware of that Congress that held with the FCT minister present, brought about Aaron Chukwuemeka as the chairman. Well, we're also supposed to speak with Kola Ologbondiyan, but unfortunately, we're having slight issues with the service providers, so we're finding it difficult to connect. But eventually, when we do, we'll get to hear from him. Hopefully, we get him on the line before the end of the conversation. In the meantime, we're streaming live on Facebook at Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. Again, Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. That is the handle on Facebook, so you can watch live and make your contributions as well. Use the WhatsApp number 0809-0306416. We'll be coming to your comments in a matter of moments. I'm sure you also have contributions and questions to ask, but let me get back to my guest quickly. Mr. Aaron, thank you for staying on the line for us.
Yeah, Mr. Andrew.
All right. Let's continue from where we stopped before the commercial. I would like to put this question forward and get your response to it. There are some within the national leadership of the party that would say that, well, your position as chairman in Rivers State has not been recognized by the national leadership of the party. What's your response?
That is not correct. On Friday, which was on 13th of September, the 17 members of the National Working Committee approved. They voted, 17 of them voted for me as the chairman of the party, 17/17. And then voted for all to confirm having seen the vote of the Electoral Committee and that of the appeal panel, with the one of the INEC monitoring, they were all convinced that that election was successfully and peacefully free and fair held. And all of them voted and approved that ESCO list. So for somebody coming to tell you that some of the National Working Committee, I don't think is correct. All of them voted for the approval of that list on Friday, 13th. I have a letter with me here now, written from the National Working Committee. They have also sent to INEC. They have also sent to the DSSS. They have sent to police. So it's not correct. I have been duly elected. I had 3,071 votes for that election. The people that voted for me, 3,000 persons, they are not from Aaron's family. They are not from my community. They are from Rivers State. They are all delegates. Both elected ad hoc and then statutory delegates. So for somebody telling you that some people were against it, it's not correct. I am telling you, on the 13th, which was on Friday, the 17 members of the National Working Committee, 17/17 voted for the approval of that list.
Okay.
Yes.
We'll come back to that, but let's start with a few questions and comments on Facebook first. We'll also open the phone lines 0817-923-0002, 0817-923-0003. Francis says, you have no proof. Okay, if we get allowed him from the get-go, it will be clearer now to judge his performance. I don't know who. Okay, the PDP National Working Committee says, the earlier man in your studio knows that the glory of God has left. Mr. Wike, the better for him and his supporters. Clever Sonny. Okay, Wisdom says, come rain, come sun. Wike is the 001 in Rivers State. Our national figure. Rivers people say, you lead, we follow. Trying to get more comments on Facebook. Slight issues with the network. Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. That's the handle. See, how can your guest be a chairman of the party when the governor, who is leader of the party in the state, was absent at the purported Congress? Francis Nelson said, a bulk of the governor's supporters are ignorant and misinformed. The governor, the FCT minister is not stopping him from doing his work. Did the FCT minister prevent him from spending FAC and IGR? That's the question Francis Nelson is asking. All right, on the phone lines, we'll take a few calls. The WhatsApp number is 0809-030-6416. But quickly, Mr. Aaron, the question about the governor not being present and the governor being a member of your party, but at the same time, you, the chairman of the party, it doesn't look as though there is a working relationship between yourself and the governor. Does that in any way smear your position as chairman of the party? Does it put a dent on your position on that Congress to think that the number one citizen of the state, who is a member of your party, did not approve and was not part of the Congress?
Mr. Andrew, approval of Congress was done by the National Working Committee, not by the governor. There is a difference between party and then governor for the governor is the governor of the state. He's not being present does not nullify my election. I don't know if you get it clear. Because one, he was notified, the National Working Committee also wrote him and then copied to me about the election. And we were already, I was expecting that he would be there. His seat was there. So the issue of coming that he didn't come does not nullify that election. Everybody mustn't be, we have 3,214 delegates. And then 3,400 and something came for the election. So for one or two persons not being present there for one reason or the other does not nullify that election.
So it then means that the call by the PDP governors, because I mean the PDP governors had wanted had asked that the Congresses affirmed the governor as the leader of the party in the state. Where does this then leave the PDP governors and the NWC?
Now that you have come to talk about the PDP governors, every governor in the state, some of the governors, if they say they are giving support to the governor, what I am expecting our governors to do, in a state you see your brother or your friend that is governing and is not having this, there is no peace there. You are saying you will support him. You support him to bring peace in the place. This matter is not between Wike and the governor. It's not. It has not been addressed. I keep saying it. During my acceptance speech, I made it clear that I will meet the governor. I have done that before. Now that I'm elected as a substantive chairman, that I will go to the governor and tell him, let us look for a way forward. And the way forward, this issue is between assembly and the governor. And all of them were voted on the same day. These people, for obvious reasons, for one reason or the other, either they are angry or the governor is angry. It's in the duty of the governor to call them as his people, as a family people. So the governors that are saying that they will support this thing, okay, can the governors now say, now the South governors, you people go back home and see how you can call the governor and the assembly and keep them together. Say you will support. If they want to do support to the governor, we have where governors will support now. We have election in Ondo. We have election in Edo. When Wike was governor, he took risks to go and deliver Obateke. We sent palliative to Edo State. All we had in turn was to say, I don't care about you, who supported me. All those that Wike supported at turn, what they come is to pay him with effort. So if they want to support, let them go to Edo and deliver Edo. Wike did it when he was governor. They even rampaged the hotel he was staying, all in the name of how to deliver a PDP candidate. In Ondo, we have election coming. Our governors were expecting for us to, PDP, we need Ondo, we need Edo, not to come and talk about party congress. What is party congress for governors to say they are coming to support? This matter is not above what they will come and call the governor, call the assembly. Let's put on this PDP matter. These are our people.
Okay.
And they are saying you say governor are supporting. It's not the issue now. The issue now is we have been elected and I've been sworn in and I've started work. So the next movement I want to do now is to go and pay a visit to the governor.
All right.
And let me tell you one thing, Mr. Andrew.
Yes.
Do you know that even the people you are talking about that are saying this, they have been congratulating me behind and they say, you know the situation now, I don't want to come out openly. You are the right person we have for this position. Behind, they will say different things. In the social media, they will say different things. These people were people who work together. They know me, and I know them, and they know I have the capacity.
All right.
Now, let me tell you, this gang up we are talking about, listen to me.
Yes.
Now, you might say something. Now, watch out this thing I'm telling you. The same people that write, go for press conference to president, all what they are doing, what they want to achieve is our president will remove the deputy minister. Now, another group, as I speak to you now, in the next few days, you see it. They have been galvanizing, writing names of those so that they are being sponsored. They are giving money to persons that clear them to enter Villa. To tell the president that, oh, you see, in Orachi region, Orlando has an oil well. If we continue to keep quiet in this thing, your oil well will be affected. That's what you will hear this one soon. That's what they are doing now, writing names for those to go to Villa. People sponsor them, they enter. Or to go and talk against Wike. Is this what we will do? The elder statesmen who claim they are elders, they ever come to say, these people, this thing happening, let's call assembly. Let's call the governor and settle this matter. All they will do is to write letter to the president. I didn't write to him that they want him to remove Wike. If they remove Wike, will they put them?
All right. Let's take a few calls now, Mr. Aaron. Let's take a few calls. Let's go to Omuma, where Alozie is on the line. Good morning, Alozie. Hello?
I have two questions for your guest.
Okay, go on.
First, he said that there's a question you asked him, and he said that his party, PDP, does not have a president. Therefore, the acting national chairman of the party is the leader of the PDP. And the national chairman of the party will not be loyal to an appointed minister. Instead, the minister is loyal to him. Now, my question is, does this statement justify that a president or a governor that is elected under a political platform is the leader of that party? Second question, when your former, I'm asking Mr. Chukwuemeka now, when your former PDP chairman, Ambassador Desmond Akawon, which you were deputizing him, was the chairman of PDP, who was he and you, according respect, as the leader of the PDP in the administration of President Onyesowike, now the FCT minister? That is my question. Thank you, Samuel.
All right. Duly noted, would be responded to. Let's take a few more calls. Mufasa, good morning.
Yeah, thank you very much, Andrew, and good morning to the chief.
Mm-hmm.
See, Andrew, you see, the object talked about movement, not political party, and all of that. In 2019, or just 2023, just compared to 2023 general election, we had what was called the Obedient Movement. In fact, the Obedient Movement is still existing as we speak. They are not members of the Labour Party. And they consider Peter Obi as their leader. So if there is a simplified movement, and they have people from other political parties as members of that movement, and they consider the governor as their leader, does your guest not think that this movement is something that will cause a tsunami in the political landscape of Rivers State, especially as it has to do with the support base of the governor? That is one. Then secondly, talking about the leadership of the party, he's saying that the governors are coming to do what they like and all of that. Now, these governors are leaders of the party in their state. Does he not think that it will not be nice for them to sit down and watch somebody else try to denigrate the office of the governor by disrespecting the governor of Rivers State? They're equally disrespecting other governors of other states. So when the governor comes and says it is not right for any individual to come and say you want to relegate the office of the governor, instead we will support our own. How does that amount to governors poking their nose is something that does not concern them?
All right, Mufasa, thank you.
The PDP.
Azaya and Buguma, good morning.
Yes, Andrew, good morning to you. Yes, Andrew. You see, the man in your studio actually know that everything that was done was done in a charade. You see, it was called a criminal propaganda. I am telling you, he knows very well. You cannot refer to a state governor as somebody to rely or tie his loyalty to a former governor who is in seat. And you said that how can the governor, the former governor, make you a leader, a governor, and you now assume a leader? When they were in office, has that position be circumvented for another person? See, my brother, see what they are doing. They just know that it will not stand the test of time. Because even national, as I speak to you, see, let me tell you, my people say something. It's a keep the white wrap for the dry season. When the dry season comes, all these things you will see now, they will pack it once and they will scare it. The governors, led by the Bauchi State governor, who have said that the party structure, in line with the tenets and principles of the party, that the party structure can never be taken away from the state governor. It has
All right, Isaiah.
But when the end comes, I am telling you,
Cheesy is in Rumigbo. Let's hear from Cheesy now. Thank you very much, Isaiah. Cheesy, good morning.
Good morning, my dear brother.
All right.
So, on the issue at hand, let me just say two things as in the form of question to the chairman. Chairman, sir, why are you more interested in the said election and the voting by the National Working Committee and refuse to talk much about the reason why people are criticizing the election, which is on the basis of the two court orders stopping the congresses? Now, let me refer you to the same thing that happened in APC when Ujike went to Abuja and got the court order affirming him as the state party chairman. And here, Justice Chukwuemeka nullified the election that brought Ujike. At the end, the judgment of Justice Chukwuemeka stands. Why not you very leave to what happened to APC? And then advise your party not to conduct the congresses until after discharging the court orders that is impeding the said congresses. That is one. Two, you said you immediately your assumption as the acting chairman of the party when Desmond Akawu left. The IPAC also accepted you as the chairman of IPAC. Now I want to ask you, have you seen a situation where you are acting in a place and you are confirmed the chairman of another group because of your chairmanship of the other group where you are acting, and in this other side you are a substantive chairman? When you are not the substantive chairman in the place you were, that now these people are taking you. Now, let me just tell you one thing. The governor have seen that it was an impersonation that he cannot be acting in a PDP and become the substantive chairman of IPAC. That's why he made the main IPAC group. So don't give any reference as to that.
Thank you. Let's go over to my guest now.
Another group.
Thank you very much. We still have Blessed and Ida on the line. But Chief, let's get your response to a few of the questions that you've heard so far.
Well, first of all, on the issue of, I want to tell you that those who are asking this question, they don't have membership card of PDP. They are not our party members. First of all, I want to establish that they are not party members, because we cannot stay outside and talk about what happens inside. And I told you here about this, our governors in PDP, what they expected of somebody saying, I say governors stay in support. I've told you what they expected to do in a place where your brother, they go for a meeting. Nothing stops the chairman or the governor's forum to say, His Excellency, Governor Timile Fubara, we will now hand over this into a subgroup where South governors should go home and then talk about their zone and bring peace to the place. No person likes where there is no peace. When you say you are supporting, I've told them we need them more. We need more states in PDP. We have Edo, we have Ondo, where we needed to go and take stand. What Wike did when Obaseki was going. If they are denying that one again, let them talk. As Wike never stood.
But we don't know if Obaseki had gone to ask them for. I mean, at the time, Obaseki went to met the governor of former governor of Rivers State. Yes. So we don't know if he had gone to meet them. If he hasn't gone to meet them and asked for their help, he hasn't said that.
He came to Wike. You asked me based on what Wike said the other day in his channel. He came to Wike, and Wike said, the one I did for you before, Half. So when people talk, you talk about what you know. This man sacrificed, and then every person knew what happened in Edo State then. He was there. They condoned the hotel. At the end of the day, he got victim. The thank you he will give to him is to fight him. Now he has come back again to support. And the man said, I will not do again. The one I did for you before, Half. Now you are talking, if the governors, let them go and take the type of this wicked thing. We have a donor, we have Ondo. So that we win the election. Not people coming to tell you this happened, that happened. Somebody is saying that, somebody talked about governor. I think somebody made mention of governor that, what question again was asked?
Right. One of the questions was that the role of the governor with regards to your position from IPAC and then as acting, you cannot be in two places.
That is not correct now. That's not correct. If the governor has thought of that, he received us. That day we went and I went with them. This is something you cannot say. The person that is talking to you about me acting, is he a member, is he a party chairman? Those who took me, all of them, we were all the parties, about 16 parties, went that day to see the governor. Did I appoint myself to go to the governor that I'm the IPAC chairman? All of them said you are going to lead us because they know the capacity in me. The governor also knows my capacity, not that I'm just exaggerating. He knows. He knows. It's just that because of this problem, people are trying to foreclose into why they did not sow.
All right, let's.
Who are causing these problems never supported him.
All right, let's see if we can take two more calls. Let's start with Ida from Nkoro quickly. Good morning.
Yes, I want to ask a question. But as a chairman, can you take directives from the former chairman? Can you take directives from him? When he called the mail, the office not doing something to say run down to Abuja to see you. Can he do that? And I want to ask him another question. With the court order that come, it is the Congress, and he's talking about 3,000 delegates. They are not up to 3,000 there. I was there. They are not up to 3,000 that voted for him. And if you go to that place, I went there live and direct. I can mention people that I met there. So you should not come and be telling us all this kind of thing. Okay, two people are fighting. The third person is to separate fight. He's the third party now. As he asked the governor and the minister, what's the problem? Let me settle this issue. As a middleman, he's fighting one particular person. He's the minister. And the minister is supporting APC. So is it PDP APC they are doing? The governor is doing the right thing at the right time.
All right, Ida, thank you for your contribution. Unfortunately, blessed, we don't have enough time, so we would not be able to take your call. But Chief, you heard the call there, the question there. It said, now that you are chairman, following that Congress, would you be taking directive from the former chairman?
Which former chairman?
Of the party, of the PDP in Rivers State.
There are things you don't even need to ask. First of all, I want to go into that question before now. Now, Ambassador Monakawa was my former boss. Wherever I see him, I stand up and say, Oga, you're welcome. That is what we call loyalty in the party. I cannot say, as I am now, I will see Ambassador Monakawa in any function and I will be seated saying that, oh, my former...
No, but the question is, would you take directives from him? Like, would he tell you what to do as chairman that you are now, following the Congress?
What is the directive now? I will seek for... I am the one, if I'm loyal, as a loyal man, I am the one to say, Oga, when you are this, how do I go about this? I will need for his support. And that is what the governor is supposed to do. The man who handed over to you, no, look, Oga, this one here, this one is here. What do I do? You cannot do it alone. No one does it alone. Whenever I see Ambassador Monakawa, I respect him, I recognize him, I call him Oga. So why am I... Because...
But the governor recognizes the FCT minister and calls him Oga as well.
No, that Oga. If you call somebody Oga, you also there are some particular in Oga. I don't know if you understand me.
All right.
I am now, I've told you. I am just using myself as an example. I've never been in a function as a party chairman, and I will see my former boss coming in and out. In fact, I said, Oga, come and sit down now. He said, no, chairman, go ahead. And whenever I need advice, I meet him as my former boss. I said, Oga, see this one. I consult.
Okay. All right. Unfortunately, Chief, we'd have to wrap it up here because we don't have a lot of time. But thank you again for joining us on the show this morning.
Thank you.
All right. There you heard from Aaron Chukwuemeka, the chairman of the PDP in Rivers State. Although questionable by many, but that's what it is following the Congress that was held. In the meantime, we'll take a short commercial. When we return, we'll take a few messages before we go.
The show continues after this break on Nigeria Info.